I'm Glenn.
And I'm Liz.
We came up from Wellington about 13 years ago to change, to get out of a rut, to get a different life because we felt God was calling us away. And found Salt, or actually we found Christian Family Church, which turned into Salt. For me, money's always flowed easily through my fingers. It's been very hard to hang on to. Liz is a little bit different. She had a bit more of a stricter upbringing, but for me, it was really hard to hang on to it. Just the feeling of never having enough, never making ends meet, never having credit card debt coming out your ears because you felt you needed to have that in order to do it.
For me, with the stresses, I had a young family, and I actually had what are they called? The debt collectors come to the door. Well, he was at work, so he doesn't know what's going on. So I'm the one dealing with that, with the kids around, and for a woman it can get quite panicky.
It's scary.
We're just going sort of around in circles and not really getting anywhere. You had money and it wasn't really ever enough. And we just, when we give, and then you struggle. So you give him money and you think, well, actually I'm in more debt because I'm giving money. So when we came up here, we just decided we had to just put God first.
We had, quite some years ago, tried to tithe. I set up an automatic payment in the church we went to. And we did it though, I think, well, at least I did it in the wrong heart because of that scripture in Malachi where it says, see if I won't open up the storehouse of heaven and pour out such a blessing you can't contain it. And I was waiting for the blessing. I said, God, I gave it to you, now where's mine? And it was that attitude which was wrong in me. And God had to work that through me because I had this misunderstanding of what that scripture was talking about. And eventually we got to a point where we understood, actually, I'm just giving back what's already yours, God. I don't have to hang on to it. And by finding that, we established the need to tithe, not the desire to, but the need to, in order to be complete. It had to fill the whole part of our life, not just being a good Christian. And discovering that was the most dynamic change in our lives. God's been beginning to work in us more and more as we're becoming more obedient to Him. And that's exactly right. We've found ourselves in a position, I have no idea how it came about. I can't say that this was the result of it, where we had an opportunity to buy shares in a business, which we've done. And we're now business owners, shareholders, okay? That's probably the best way to describe it. We're shareholders in a business. That would have been something that would have been so far-fetched. If you'd have told me that, 10 years ago, I would have laughed in your face and said, yeah, whatever, you're crazy, you're loopy. But when you become obedient to God and the blessings of God's flows is what I firmly believe, that's how it's all come about, God can't help but want to bless you. And that's where we've grown. That's the trust that's come out of it. And it's trusting that He has us. Living a kingdom-oriented life becomes a lifestyle, no longer practicing. I'm not practicing to be a Christian anymore. I'm not putting on my practice Christian face when I go to church. It's just, this is who I am now. It just means doing what you know you got to do the right way and making right choices. And when you mess up, which we do, I've got a great forgiving Father, and I can go back and deal with that and then back into life again. And living a kingdom-oriented life is freedom. Seriously, freedom.